Well, the year 2023 has just begun. The taxpayers, especially individuals and the salaried class taxpayers, are pinning their hopes on the personal tax front to get some rebate from the upcoming union budget. Here are 6 things that Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman could do to make taxpayers happy in the upcoming budget. One is that the government must look at enhancing the annual basic exemption limit from 2.5 lakh rupees to now about 5 lakh rupees, because this limit has remained the same from financial year 2014-15. So increasing this to about 5 lakh rupees can really help individual taxpayers beat the inflationary pressures which have elevated lately. Next, the limit for deduction under Section 80C. This has been a long-standing ask by all the taxpayers and the individual salaried class payers as well. Now, where investors only get tax rebate on investments of up to 1.5 lakh rupees, and the basket of investments offered under this Section 2 looks pretty cluttered, most of the deductions under Section 80C really encourage taxpayers to invest in the long-term savings, such as Public Provident Fund. You have ELSS, then there is NPS, which is a separate section altogether, but we do need, an enhancing of this limit from the current 1.5 lakh rupees to about 2.5 lakh rupees to even 3 lakh rupees, and that would encourage more and more investors and more taxpayers to save more. Thus, overall, the money and the economy and the banking system may also increase. Next is the tax-free medical reimbursements and the travel allowance exemptions that were withdrawn from the financial year 2018-19 by the introduction of the standard deduction. And since then, while there has been the quantum of deduction that has remained static, and thus there is a case in point to consider increasing of this limit from the existing limit of say 50,000 rupees to 1 lakh rupees now. Also at present, the deduction for health insurance premium is at 25,000 rupees, and that includes preventive checkup for self, spouse and dependent children, and 50,000 rupees additionally for parents, one of which has to be a senior citizen parent. Now, considering the healthcare costs that have shot up quite sharply in the recent times, this limit could also be relooked at and increased on the top side. Also, child education allowance that is currently exempt to the extent of about 100 rupees and 300 rupees per child per month for children's education and the hostel expenditure respectively. Now, these amounts of exemptions were actually fixed almost 2 decades ago, and hence there is merit in enhancing these exemption limits in the upcoming budget as well. And lastly, with the country's real estate developers and the other industry stakeholders demanding the increase in deduction limits, home buyers may also expect a greater relief from the upcoming union budget. The last such revision came into effect in 2014 when 1.5 lakh rupees per annum deduction was allowed under Section 80C of the Income Tax Act on the principal amount of the home loan. But as the home prices have begun to rise due to steadily surging inflation, the industry stakeholders have actually appealed to the Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman to really raise this deduction limit on the principal amount to 4 lakh rupees per annum. Moreover, industry experts are also seeking a raise in the deduction limit on the home loan interest from the current levels of 2 lakh rupees per annum. These come at a time when the home prices are continuing to soar for the past 1 year. Also, Anuj Puri, chairman of Anurag Group, has mentioned that the 2 lakh rupees tax rebate on the housing loan interest under Section 24 of the Income Tax Act needs to be hiked to at least 5 lakh rupees, as this will add momentum to the housing demand, particularly in the affordable segment as well. So these are the 6 top asks from the salaried taxpayers this time around from the union budget. Do stay tuned on to Business Today TV to catch all these latest videos on what can you really expect from the upcoming union budget and from Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman.
If you like the video, do like, comment, share and subscribe.